Hello World History, welcome back. This is day 19, 19B, 3 more puzzles. What 3 ideas, words, images would you combine to make large ship? I would think quite a few people, water. Go ahead and pause it here. Draw or write your 3 words or ideas that this plus this plus this equals large ship. Next puzzle. If you were going to design a pictographic character meaning forbidden or to warn, what 3 words or ideas would you combine, this plus this plus this, to make to warn? Forbidden, I might think of what you warn children about, like something being hot, like a fire, maybe a stick figure running in front of a car. What 3 ideas would you combine for to warn? And this is our last word puzzle. And again, you can backtrack through the lecture so you can pause and have time. 3 words or ideas combining to form the idea of happiness. What is happiness? Charlie Brown says, happiness is a warm puppy. Happiness. Dairy Queen. Freedom. How do we draw freedom? A car. Maybe back to that large ship if you like the water. So combine your 3 words or ideas for happiness. Pause it till you have those. Pause the lecture for a bit. Okay, so let's look at these Chinese characters and see where we got create. In the ancient Chinese character, we form create with walk plus talk, and talk is a combination of living, dust, and breath. Compare that to your design for create. Perhaps different. Let's look at how the Chinese character create perfectly reveals the very beginning of history and kind of hides as a treasure that truth of who first created who. God created a living man, Adam, from the dust of the earth. There's dust. By breathing life into him, there's breath. Adam was created fully grown, being able to walk and talk with God. And that's interesting, too. Something to think about is that Adam was created as an adult, and so was Eve. Already knew how to walk and to talk, taught by God. So you see how that true history at the beginning of Genesis is contained in the Chinese symbol for create. That's just marvelous. And today we'll practice drawing our own create symbol and thinking about that Genesis passage. Okay, look at your symbol for garden that you wrote in your notes. Well, in the Chinese symbol, I'm not seeing flower or path. I do see enclosure. I don't know if you included the word for people with your garden, but in the Chinese symbol, 2 persons are included. We have dust again, breath, mouth, that must be important, enclosure, person, and person, 2 people. Well, God formed man from the dust of the earth and breathed life into him. The garden was a specific place, the Garden of Eden, and there were 2 people there, Adam and Eve. All right, your symbol for desire and covet. The ancient Chinese symbol is pretty simple, pretty straightforward, just forest and with 2 trees and woman. And why? Because Eve, the woman, desired to be like God. That was her desire. And the 2 trees are the tree of life, which was the good tree, the tree to live forever, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And that was the tree that she was not supposed to eat from. Then we have the symbol for large ship, which we just worked on. And in the ancient Chinese, it's formed by the number 8 people, and boat. Now, when I think of large ship, I think of more than 8. But Noah's ship, the ark, was large because in addition to the 8 people, it also had all the animals, of course. And then we also looked at happiness. And look at the Chinese symbol for happiness. God. There is one God with man in the garden, that God would walk with man in the garden. Also